y'all, welcome back to Becca's by the Bay, and we are checking out our worm bin here in South Texas Zone 9B. It's a little neglectful of my wormies the last couple of months, but it looks like they're still okay. This is our composter. I forget where it is. I got this on Amazon. I think it's available at Home Depot, and it has a drain spout at the bottom, so you can it'll drain out with a little filter, and then you can hook it up to a hose and then turn the knob and drain it out that way. And then let's see. Okay, so get in here. We've had these inside during the freeze, and there was a few Orochimarus that crawled in here either before the freeze. So what I did is I took both these containers out to the chicken coop and just placed them down there, and the chickens got some great snacks. So they had some Orochimarus, cockroaches. And then, and then there's a few of these black soldier fly larvae. You really don't want these in your worm bin. So, anywho, compost or chickens. And then, as you dig around, I just saw him. There's some wormies. There's red wigglers, blue something. I got a 3-pack from Austin. So there's 3 different types of worms in here. And normally what you do is you just make a new bed. And then here's my new bed system. This is really heavy. So anyway, we just have, see if you can see what I'm seeing. You can just go gather up some grass clippings and some leaves. These are oak leaves. These are non-treated, non-chemically sprayed, all that stuff. I have some beets that I'm harvesting to get rid of out of the garden that I forgot to thin out. So worms are vegetarians. They don't like spices. They don't like oils. No dairy. Just think veggies. Veggies, rice, pasta, that kind of thing. So any kind of garden waste like that. They love veggies. So I've got all of that in here. And then I just opened up some Coco Core and put some boiling hot water on it. So this will cool off. You don't want it too hot. So it's just going to make a nice cozy bed for your worms. And you can use peat moss, Coco Core. The leaves and stuff will shrink down a little bit. And so let me see. We also have, so you would normally take off, they crawl up. So normally you would take this and pile it up enough that there's worms in here. There's a Orochimaru. Get out of there, buddy. Oh, gross. Yuck. So you would pile this up enough that the worms can there's some good fat ones. They need to be able to crawl up to the next level. So you would pile it up enough that they can crawl up through those holes and put it on top. Got my pasta. Got some lovely pasta. Again, just water, no seasonings, no salt, none of that. They love bananas. Bananas help them multiply. The starch really helps them feed on. It's good feeding. So this will probably be good for almost up to a month or something. And then you just check on them every week and see if they need more food. If it's missing, you feed them. And then you would put your cover on, make sure it's damp enough. The leaves are a little bit dry. You want moist, but not sopping wet. And then what happens is the worms crawl up through, and then they go into the new bed. And then you can use the leftover worm castings in your garden and things like that. So you can do it that way, or you can try picking them out if you're in a hurry. I might just see how they do for a couple of days. So probably in about a week or so, the worms will crawl up. Hopefully, see what I'm doing. in a week or so, you can check on them. Oops. This is not the best tripod, but anyway. And you just want to pile them up so that the worms can crawl up. Because if they can't get through the holes, they won't be able to get into the new bin. So, here's a new guy. Yeah, so let's do that. So I got my bedding here. Coco Core. Yeah, it's cooling off. And then some pasta. Probably need to cook up some more pasta. Anyway, so there's that. And then you just wait a couple of weeks, and then they will crawl up through each little system into the new bed. And then you can just, any extra little worms in here will just go in your garden beds and stuff like that and help keep making the soil beautiful. And then that's it. That's your new worm bin all ready to go. If you're not ready to use it yet, you can get some kind of container to empty them into and put your worm castings in. They're really great for like little seedlings and like seed starts. You can mix it in. See if I can get this. Oops. Yeah, so I might get some tomato seedlings started up, and we'll see how they do in about a week or so. If they're not climbing up, you can kind of hand pick out a bunch of them. All you need is about like a quarter cup or so of worms, and that's enough to really get a new worm bed going. They'll multiply. They self-regulate as far as if there's not enough food, they'll only support so many worms, and they won't start making new babies, which is fine because they'll still be alive. These guys haven't been fed, honestly, in probably 2 months because I just was either too exhausted, had health issues, got too busy, but I just kind of checked on them, made sure they were still moist. You never want the beds to dry out completely because then it's too dry for them. Also, you don't want it too wet because they can drown. So, and always think, yeah, no spices, no oils, no fats, no dairy, veggies only, and yeah, so that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video on worm composting. I forget what this is. I will put the link to this. I have a couple of videos on how to set it up, but this will help save you money because, I mean, even this was not a bad price. This was $15 on Amazon for a big Coco Core brick. It seems like it's more expensive here locally, and that lasts a long time. So, and that turns into the beautiful, like you saw, the beautiful rich earthworm castings. It'll be sticky, almost like a clay, and it has that humus in it, so it's really good for holding moisture. Lots of great nutrients. Really good to transplant, like even like a spoonful into each little hole or more, maybe, you know, like 1/8 a cup for each seedling that you transplant out. Like a little goes a long way, and you end up with a really pretty garden. So kind of like you can like top dress, side dress with it a little bit. These are looking really good right now. You can also make a like worm juice, I call it, where you just put some of it in water, like maybe like a 1/4 cup of the earthworm castings to 5 gallons of water. You don't necessarily have to bubble it or wait a whole lot. By the end of the day, it's already kind of fermented a little bit, and then you can dilute it even some more. Like I would say probably like a 1/4 cup of that 5-gallon pail to a 2-gallon water thing. And then if that's too much and it burns your plants, because worm casting juice can burn your plants because it's really nutritious, just start off really small. Like start off with like a 1/4 cup of worm castings to a 5-gallon pail a bucket, and then like use maybe a tablespoon or 2 of that worm fermented juice to 2 gallons of water, and then kind of water stuff in a little bit so it dilutes it. And you'll give your plants a really nice beneficial boost. But this is after our freeze here, our banana trees. Those will be growing back. And that's it. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And don't be intimidated by having wormies in your garden. And like I said, for the Texas freeze, they don't like the freezes. And so I usually just bring in the whole container into the house. And then they're really cool for like a week in there. Bring them back outside again into a shady spot. They don't like to be super, super hot. If you're having issues with your worm bed being too hot and killing off worms, people have used like either ice packs or frozen water bottles, or make ice and throw ice in there. It helps kind of keep it cool with like some cardboard. But I find this is really manageable. We're here on a 1/10 of an acre, and this is really manageable for all the things that we are doing here with fruit trees, veggies, and things like that. And so I think this is like not overwhelming. It's really cool to have like a big tub. I don't have that, so this is what I went with when it was on sale. And yeah, we love it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.